Welcome back to BaldHeaded Metal, guys, and welcome back to another Sonata Artica reaction on this channel. Now, the first song that I did, I wasn't really impressed by this band. I said that I've heard of them, kind of, passed by me as the years gone by, and I've never really jumped into this particular band. I thought it wasn't for me. And after hearing the song that I did a reaction to, I kind of felt the same. But I was encouraged by you guys to check out a couple more songs before I make my mind up about this band, which I think is a fair point. So I thought to pick a couple of songs you guys recommended to me was Black Sheep. I'm going to go with this one, see what it's all about, come in with an open mind. I've heard that their earlier stuff is actually quite good. So with that in mind, let's jump into it. Let's see what we got. And if you enjoy this reaction, make sure to subscribe down below for more. I try to release reactions all week long, 2 a day, as well as some podcasts, interviews, and reviews for various metal bands. Let's get into it. I will point out something right away. I am not digging the production right off the bat. And actually the cover. I think the cover looks like a cheesy 1995 computer, generated image. I would rather much having to do artwork, like have commission an artist and do an interesting cover, which I think covers sell albums, especially back in the day. My brother bought our first Iced Earth album based on the fact that Spawn was drawn on by Todd McFarlane, and that was his reason to buy the album. The next thing you know, we bought all the albums. But I'm giving it a chance. I like his voice. Here it's really clear to hear his voice is really, really nice. And I want to keep going and see kind of how the song progresses. It reminds me of old school Blind Guardian and a more band, I think more modern. I think they actually came out after Sonata Artica. It was Elivietti, if I'm pronouncing them correctly. I really love that band, especially the album Slania. Reminds me of that, having those folky elements and with his style of singing, that kind of power metal in the background. It's not bad. It's definitely better than the other song I was listening to before. I think the production is kind of killing me here because it feels it's almost like a electronic drums, that it's not a live drum because of the production, and that kind of, it's pulling me away. It's like, I think it's like watching a movie with really bad sound effects or a really bad CGI. It could have a good story, it could have good acting, but you're being pulled away by it. But overall, so far, in terms of just the song itself, I am enjoying it more. Okay, Okay, this is nice. the way I definitely had to give it a chance because as it progressed in these solos and leads, I'm gonna rewind it just a little bit so I get that second solo. I just wanted to pause to make sure I let you know this is good. I think with good production or at the very least a good live footage, this would really come alive. It feels a little bit dead in its production, whereas the music is very good. It's not typically what I will listen to. It's a lot of people know that I am kind of picky when it comes to power metal, especially with symphonic elements. That's why I like Blind Guardian, Iced Earth, Sabotage are some of my top bands, and they're all old school bands for the most part. I don't pick a lot of newer bands really. Like I don't dive deep and look for power metal bands, to be honest. I just happen to, if I stumble upon a good one, I tend to keep it. But I don't really look for them just because I always like that thrashy element. And some power metal bands have it, some don't. This is a good example I'll give you guys. As I'm listening to this reminds me of, to the extent that I like it. I recently wanted to check out a Whitechapel album, and I knew they released one in 2021. I literally, last time I worked out, I started listening to it. And I've never heard a Whitechapel album before. I don't know what to expect. It's kind of newer death metal, kind of mixed with soft singing and, softer vocals. And I listened to it, and it's really good. It's really good the way they're playing. They're very talented, but it's not for me. And it's one of those moments, it's like you realize something is just really good, but it's not what you want to hear in that moment in time, or it's not in your style, and you just, almost like an onlooker from the side, you just appreciate the painting, but you don't need to necessarily need to know everything about it. So it's the same with Whitechapel. It almost seems like the same with Sonata Artica, is that this is good music. I totally can see why anybody would like this when listening to something like this, but I wouldn't pick it out of a hat. It would be the last thing I would pick. I think I'll pick like atmospheric metal before I pick this kind of symphonic power metal. And it's just kind of just what I gravitate towards, and perhaps over time of listening to these kinds of things, which is why I do it, is my opinion will change, because there's a lot of really good neoclassical and symphonic power metal bands out there that I think are worth everybody's time because they're just super talented. Yeah, this was good. Actually, I want to hear like a long epic song from Sonata Artica, maybe like their Tour de Force kind of thing. If you guys can recommend me something like that, sort of like with Iced Earth, Dante's Inferno, or Seventh Son of the Seventh Son from Iron Maiden, something just like a purely epic song from a particular band. I would love to hear what you would recommend for me. And that being said, we're going to cut it here. I think I want to check out more from this band before either I move on or I make up my mind about this band. But in all honesty, it just seems like it's something I will appreciate and enjoy listening to when I'm reacting to it, but not particularly put it to my playlist, at least not as of yet. I haven't been pulled over that line yet. And guys, make sure you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe and keep it metal.